Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about composting. I have some old spring mix here, some stale bread, some hamburger buns that are old, and even some spoiled milk. So regularly you would just throw these away, but if you have a compost bin, you can just go ahead and throw any of your green scraps in here, like your yard waste, any lettuce, bread, like I said, anything that's pretty much plant based. So after you put everything in here, then you go ahead and just make sure that you wet it. Make sure that it's the consistency of a wet sponge, not too wet, just enough to get some of the microbes going in there, get some life going, and to encourage some of the microbial growth. And then just make sure that you turn your compost every couple of weeks or so. These compost bins have a little door on the side where you can access your compost once it's ready. So let me go ahead and show you here. So you can see the color of it. See how much darker it is? There she goes again. You're so curious. Yeah. Anyway, so earlier I sifted this soil that had a bunch of rocks in it. So I went ahead and sifted it, and they had a bunch of like leaves and some little sticks in there. So this is good. Not compost, this is more like mulch. This will help retain moisture. You put it around your plants, keeps the moisture in, it keeps it from evaporating. But I wanted to go ahead and make a mix so I can make it into like topsoil. So I decided to go ahead and mix in some of my compost into this. Look at that. So mix it into this topsoil. Just look at the difference. Look at how dark it is. Look at all that goodness. That's all your food, all your green scraps. Just turn into that. I mean, instead of going into the landfill and just throwing in the trash, if you have a compost bin, you can go ahead and just use that and turn it into something that you can use in your garden. So I'll just go ahead and get a nice amount of compost in here and then sift it so that we get some of that stuff that's too big still, some of the sticks or any trash that maybe went through, any pieces of plastic or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just start mixing it in. Look at the difference in the color. You see how much darker the compost is compared to the original soil that was in there? It's just, you can see the difference. It's just so much more healthy. So I'll just go ahead and mix this in really well. And then after I mix it, I go ahead and just use it in my garden. Use it as topsoil. Use it to fertilize your soil. Give it some life. If you have like a spot that's just pretty much just dirt, there's nothing like in the soil, just go ahead and mix in some compost. Tap it in, and that'll bring back some life into your soil. Let me just give you a quick look here. See how much better it looks now. Oh yes, these plants are gonna be really happy. And all that's just from your food scraps, pretty much stuff that you would have thrown out in the trash. Now for the milk, I like to just throw these into rose bushes or any kind of a bush. Let me put this here. Just go ahead and dump it in. And I'll put this aside for and put it in the recycle bin. But after that, I like to water it in, so to kind of like get rid of the milk. I don't want it to start smelling, like sour, and I don't want my dog to go in there and start sniffing or start licking the soil. So I'll just water it in. Make sure there's no like milk left on the leaves. Gonna take a closer look. Just make sure that I water all the way through. There you have it.